Welcome to the weekend edition of the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. I'm Adam Lang, and hello, Sean Aylmer.
Hello, Adam.
On weekdays, it's all about the Fast 5, the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. On a weekend, though, we're still going to keep it to 5 minutes, but we're going to pick out the biggest story of the week, the sleeper story. That's the one that tends to fly under the radar, the most remarkable story, and our favourite story. So let's get into it. Sean, what was your biggest story of the week?
US politics. Let's start with the Republicans. Their leader, Donald Trump, has somehow managed to unite the party. He's now favourite to win the US presidential poll in November. He gave a typically firebrand speech on Friday, Australian time. He said his first speech, he actually changed the speech. He said his first one was going to be a humdinger. He said it would have been one of the most incredible speeches. Anyway, he spoke well. Nice touch how Donald Trump's ear bandage became a fashion statement at the convention. Better mention J.D. Vance, author of Hillbilly Elegy, lawyer, startup, tech man, and an anti-Trumper. At one point, he's now nominee for vice president. Loves Big Donald. Certainly is the future of the Make America Great Again movement. Things keep getting worse for Joe Biden. A bunch of Democrats now openly calling for him to step down. There are reports that Barack Obama is in that camp, unconfirmed. The White House is sticking by Mr. Biden at the moment. He also tested positive for COVID. Very tough for him. Had to cancel an event in Las Vegas. Big week for US politics. What about you, Adam?
Mine is the S&P ASX 200, Sean, which hit a record high of over 8,000 points on Monday morning. So why? Our stock prices are a key indicator of future profits. So record ASX levels signal strong future profits for Australian businesses, making this big and good news. So how did we get here? It took 3 years for the index to climb from 7,000 to 8,000 points, but the last 9 months have been incredible. Since October 2023, the ASX 200 has surged 18%. And it's not just us. Wall Street, the Tokyo Stock Exchange, the Stocks Europe 600 are also trading at record levels. The rally of the last 9 months has reflected the slowdown of rate hikes in Australia and the US.
Okay, most remarkable story. You jump in there, Adam.
All right, it's the CFMEU representing workers in the construction, forestry, maritime, mining and energy industries. They should normally be advocating for better working conditions, wages and safety standards. They're all good causes, but unfortunately this good cause seems to have gone bad on a number of fronts, and I have to give a big credit to Nine Entertainment's news publications for this remarkable story of the week. Bikies, criminals, underworld figures have all allegedly infiltrated the construction and general division of the CFMEU, and that's including within government-funded projects. Allegations of senior officials taking bribes, receiving building work for free. There are also claims of officials threatening factional opponents in their homes. The allegations of misconduct have been so serious that Prime Minister Anthony Albanese announced that Labor's national executive will sever ties with the CFMEU as of now.
Yeah, remarkable story, that one. I can't beat that. I'm going to give you a good sleeper story, though. And that's the iron ore market. Not because of share prices or prices of iron ore, but what's happening in Guinea. Guinea is in West Africa, near Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Cote d'Ivoire. Maybe not the cradle of democracy, given the military coups that have occurred in the region over the years, but it could become the home of iron ore. This week, Rio Tinto finally won approval for a mega African iron ore project. It is huge. The reserve is called Simandou. It has an estimated 2 billion tonnes of high-grade iron ore, the largest untapped reserve of high-grade ore in the world. It's taken decades to get to this point. Now, it's split into 4 blocks over 100 kilometres. Rio's consortium, a joint venture between it, Chinese state-owned companies and the government of Guinea, owns 2 of the 4. Rio is going to spend about 18 billion Aussie dollars, not just getting the stuff out of the ground, but also building a 600-kilometre line for rail. They're also building a port to get the ore out. Think about this. This could actually change the economics of iron ore. Iron ore is about Australia and Brazil. Suddenly, Guinea is becoming a major player. Quite an incredible story and a great sleeper story for the week, Adam.
Sean, let's move on to favourite story of the week, and this is my nomination. I'm going to offer the quirky, bold and intriguing story of Seven Network's bold move to inject comedy and horoscopes into their news programming. Yep, you heard that right. Starting this week, 7 News has been shaking up its traditional evening news format by adding daily horoscopes and weekly dashes of comedy. Now, this is a fascinating case of a major network trying to stay vital in an ever-evolving media landscape. So why are they doing it? With viewership patterns shifting and younger audiences favouring digital platforms over traditional TV, 7 News is betting on an injection of entertainment to grow their audience. Sean, what do you reckon?
Good story. Just very quickly for me, my favourite story is about Ken Griffin, the founder of the massive Citadel hedge fund. This week, he paid $45 million for a 150 million year old Stegosaurus known as Apex, the most valuable fossil ever sold at auction. Funny thing, the Stegosaurus comes from a place called Dinosaur in Colorado. It's mostly intact. It's 3.35 metres tall, 8.2 metres long. Sale price was about 11 times what Sotheby's thought they might get for it. Mr. Griffin plans to put the dinosaur on display at a US museum. Bit of a fan of dinosaurs. Previously, he's given $16.5 million to the Field Museum in Chicago to fund the display of a cast of the biggest dinosaur ever discovered. Good on Mr. Griffin. My favourite story of the week.
Well, thank you, Mr. Griffin, and thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Adam.
We'll be back on Monday morning with the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Don't forget to hit follow and join us online on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook and X. I'm Adam Lang, and this is the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great weekend.